It's Cougar Sports Saturday.
That's caught! Touchdown! Stayed inside the boundary and gets in for 6.
Cougar Sports Saturday, a presentation of KSL Sports.
Ritchie right to the rim, driving score! He would not be denied!
BYU Sports Talk by Cougar fans for Cougar fans. Sponsored by Any Hour Services, Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Your hosts are Mitch Harper and Kyle Ireland. On Utah's legacy home of the Cougars, KSL News Radio, 102.7 FM and 1160 AM.
We're live here at Broadcast House in Salt Lake City, Utah, watching a Big 12 ACC game right now in action. Baylor and SMU. We'll see BYU, a Big 12, and Stanford, an ACC team. Yes, that's still weird to say. In action tonight, 8:15, but we'll get a check-in around the Big 12 Conference coming up on the other side. But right now, I want to play my conversation that I had with BYU starting quarterback Bear Bachmeier. And true freshman signal caller is getting ready to face his old team. He was part of the Stanford Cardinal during the spring quarter out on the farm before he made the decision to transfer to BYU, and now he's BYU's QB1. It's my conversation with Bear Bachmeier here on KSL News Radio.
Thing I want to ask you, just what was your overall assessment? How have you unpacked that first game? How did you kind of analyze it, break down your play? How did you go through that and now move forward at Stanford?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was getting acclimated to the environment. Again, 60,000 plus, and just getting acclimated. And then obviously, I thought it was a great team win, and so we just got to continue to stack days and continue to stack wins.
I'm curious, Bear, you just kind of taking a step back throughout your football career. When did football become your priority? Because I've read in your bio that you had multi-sport background, baseball and basketball. When did football, become your main focus?
Yeah, I always knew I was the best at football. My dad and my brothers always encouraged me to play multiple sports because we think it's a translation and to quarterback and playing quarterback. So I continued to play baseball and basketball in high school, and I guess I dialed in, my senior year with football. But, I was always working at quarterback throughout my whole life.
And speaking of your family, what did they think of the game day environment? I know they were with you on the official visit when you're going through the transfer process, but what did they think of game day at LES?
Yeah, they thought it was crazy. Hank was making an analogy or Hank and his fiance were making an analogy to Boise State and Boise State times 2, just because it's more populated and the acoustics it gets loud, man. It gets loud, and so it was a special environment, and they validated that as well.
When you broke down the film, what do you want to improve on?
Yeah, like I said after the game, and it was kind of validated. Was just getting off to a faster start. We want to move the ball on our first series, and we always want to put up points. But I think just having a more sound first drive.
Going through the spring quarter at Stanford, do you think that helps you at all in your preparation for this, knowing their personnel a little bit?
Yeah, yes and no. I know some of the guys, but it's multifaceted. There's so many factors that come into play. They're probably going to, marry up their scheme, and we're going to marry up our scheme as well. So, yes and no.
Safe to say that just maybe a fraction of this playbook was maybe used in game 1.
Yeah. That's kind of how you do it. You never want to show everything in week 1, and so we're continuously adding plays and scheming up against Stanford.
How happy are you with the decision to transfer to BYU from Stanford?
Yeah, I think everything happens for a reason, and I'm pretty happy.
And were there other schools that you considered besides BYU in the portal?
Yeah, and also I got nothing but love for Stanford. I loved it there. But yeah, coming out the portal. Yeah, there was schools and but I'm happy here at BYU.
First thoughts on day 1 of being a fall semester student at BYU. What's classes like at BYU compared to your time at Stanford?
Yeah, it's great. I'm in a lot of introductory classes, so there's probably 200 people in the class. At Stanford, I was in classes with like 20 people, so I think getting acclimated to the big lectures and kind of that environment. But it's great.
You and Tiger loving it then here so far?
Yeah, we actually have a accounting 200 here, so I guess it's a pretty hard class, but we'll get it done.
Last couple things here for you, Bear. You were utilizing the run game a little bit, 5 carries last week against Portland State. How much of a role is that going to play going forward, you think, in this offense with A-Rod?
Yeah, I think it's a big role. I mean, when you can add an extra hat into the run game, I mean, why not? And, I think there's a fine line, and Coach A-Rod does a great job of scheming that up. So, I think there's a fine line, but I think it's a big role.
How much are you embracing just being, QB1, true freshman? It's probably a lot for you, but just embracing the spotlight that comes with being the starting quarterback at BYU.
Yeah, embracing it a lot. I mean, it's really cool, but at the end of the day, it's a team, and so I give credit to the guys around me for our wins, and so yeah.
Final thing, just a key for victory for the offense as you go up against the Stanford defense.
Yeah, I mean, we just want to take it one play at a time. We want to run the ball, and I'm not going to give away our secrets, but yeah, we just first downs, and first downs leads to touchdowns, and so but we want to run the ball, and we also want to throw it around a little too. So it's the game plan.
Got to be a nice luxury though to have the playmakers around you to make that work though.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be a distributor, and you got to get the ball in our playmakers' hands and let them go make plays.
Well, Bear, best of luck against Stanford this week, and appreciate the time, and again, best of luck going forward.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That's Bear Bachmeier, BYU starting quarterback, here on KSL News Radio. Cougar Sports Saturday, sponsored by Any Hour Services, electric, plumbing, heating, and air. Big opportunity for Bear. Do you think he's going to be rattled by facing his old team at all?
No, I don't think so. I think the familiarity will actually be fun for him to be able to have an easy game in the first game, and then to be able to have something that's familiar in the second game. Frank Reich actually talked about that, and if it was an advantage for either program to have Tiger and Barrett going from Stanford to BYU. And I think that was something that was an interesting thought from Frank Reich, and this is what he had to say.
I really don't think so. Someone here, we were talking about that earlier, but we were both ways, on what we know about Bear and Tiger, and but on what they know about us. And listen, my experience with that kind of thing is that it usually gets overrated. So I'm not particularly worried about, what they're telling them about what we do, because honestly, we've changed a good bit from when they were here as well. And they run a different scheme than we run. And so I think right now we're early in the season. I think both teams are focused on our players and what we do more than anything else.
I think that's a good point by Frank Reich there. These teams so early on in the year, they're still trying to figure out things. BYU's trying to figure out who they are as an offense with Bear Bachmeier running things as QB1. And, I think it'll be fun to have those familiar connections. You've got a number of guys, like we said earlier in the program, that have been recruited or even have committed to Stanford that are now playing for BYU. Local ties on Stanford's side of things as well with the state of Utah, guys that played high school football here. But we're going to take a quick timeout. On the other side, we're going to check in with the rest of the Big 12 Conference. We're watching a game right now between a Big 12 program and Baylor facing another ACC team in SMU. We'll give you a score update on the other side, but you've been listening to Cougar Sports Saturday with Kyle Ireland and Mitch Harper, powered by KSL Sports.